go out there, hopefully raise some donations money so that I can go and do this high school tour that I'd really love to do and try to change some people's lives. And then whatever the future brings, we're open to possibilities, and hopefully we can continue to rock and roll. And it would be amazing to write some songs with these guys. So it's definitely a possibility. We'll see what happens.
Really cool.
Yeah.
Next up, I had a question about the album. Arrangement wise, how did you come up with the idea? Did you have a preconception before you wrote the songs, or was it kind of after the songs were pieced together, you kind of say, when you all arrange it this way, or what? How did that work for you?
So my songwriting is really sporadic and odd, and I have no control over it. It's kind of like divine intervention in that I'll be sleeping 2 a.m. I'm like, I've got a melody. I have to record this right now, or I'm going to lose it. And literally, I will sing it into my phone as a voice note. So that I have, I'm so old school and lame. I'll record it as a voice note, and I'll try and track out the chords at that point, and then I'll write the lyrics last. Just kind of going through the melody and going through the structure of the song. So that's initially how I piece things together. And then in terms of coming up with harmonies and other parts of the arrangement, that really all happens organically in the studio. Honestly, a lot of it just happened. I would deliver the vocal line, and then I would have my producer, Ryan, play it back and be like, oh, wait, play that again. Play that, yeah, I got it. I got a harmony. All right, we're going to do this right now before I lose it. So it wasn't so much about trying to plan it out strategically. I very, very much am simple with my songwriting and the way that I approach my musicality, in that I want it to be authentic, and I want it just to be genuine. So it comes out in the moment. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but I just kind of keep working at it until I get that right balance. And I was really, really, really privileged to work with Ariel Kasler, who is a remarkably talented classical jazz pianist, on working out a lot of the arrangements for this album. And then we also brought Ted Peacock on board, who is the session drummer on the album. And both of them just brought so much dynamic and excitement to what I was, had my ideas for, that I'm really, really stoked about how it all came together.
Right on.
Yeah.
Now, did you ever have, I know it was your ideas, but did you ever have any issues with some of the studio musicians where, you had the idea in mind, but they weren't kind of giving what you wanted to it?
With only a couple songs, and a couple songs got completely changed. So, Easy Prey. If anybody comes to see us live versus listens to Easy Prey on the album, they're going to probably be sitting there scratching their heads, but hopefully in a good way. Because when I originally wrote that song, it was all chugging, all palm muting, very, very heavy sounding, very, very much, akin to what I used to do in the anti-hero days. Right. When I sat down with Ariel, my pianist, we're going through the arrangement, and he just starts playing this heartbreakingly beautiful way of doing the chords on the piano. I was like, okay, that's not at all what I wanted, but I don't care. I love it. I just love it. And the song went in a completely different direction. And so for the recorded version, it's this slow, somber, almost industrial sounding rendition of the song. And then when we got together live as a band and we're trying to work out the arrangements for gigs, I played that version to the guys, and then I said, okay, so originally when I wrote the song, it was supposed to go like this. Tyler's like, I freaking love it, we're doing it. Jeremy was on board too, and we kind of worked with the original version of the song and pieced it back together to make it a rock and roll version. So I kind of got fulfilled in both capacities, because now both versions of the songs and both visions that I had came to life. So honestly, the guys that I worked with for the album and the guys that I'm working with for my band have all been ridiculously supportive and awesome to work with. So it's not like there's been conflict or anything. Right. Everybody's kind of entertained my crazy visions. Even if they didn't make sense initially, we've made it work. And I've been really, really privileged to work with such remarkable talents. And I'm truly honored.
Please help me.
Yeah.
If you can see this on board.
Yeah. So, guys, you've been silent most of the time here, and that's not a knock to you. But how have you felt you've kind of grown as a band in the past little bit, just jamming together and playing live?
We definitely figured each other out, both on a friend and musician
level. Like we definitely know each other a lot better now, obviously.
Right.
Spent a lot of time together. I mean a lot of time together.
Yeah.
Like, wow. And that's not a bad thing. It's a bad thing.
Tyler.
I haven't seen my family in years.
Yeah.
They don't even remember what he looks like.
Yes.
Daddy?
Yeah.
Sorry, Jeremy, go ahead.
Yeah, and musically as well, we've actually figured out each other's strengths and weaknesses and work together to help each other out.
Right.
And progress as a band together.
And your 2 cents? Other than not seeing your family?
I see a lot of the back of your heads a lot, so that's pretty interesting.
Hey man, I'll come back and chill with you. Come on now.
Comb your hair, man.
Yeah.
No, we're just getting tighter, I guess, and we know what we're gonna do next, and we're pretty tight and just growing together, trying to take things out that we didn't think about doing before individually, I guess, and like growing as a musician. I think that sounds professional. So.
How do you guys like working on? Sorry to take over the interview here, but
All right.
how
I
do
was
you
gonna
guys,
sit back and
like-
chill here.
For the bathroom or something.
Well, okay, here's a question for both of you. What has been each of your respective favorite parts of working on this material with me? So, favorite part of the process, and favorite song, and why?
Not to put you on the spot.
Yeah.
Alright, I went first last time, so you're going first this time. Your turn.
My favorite part is when you thought I was gonna quit for the first one.
No, Jeremy, was it not for like the first 2.5 months?
Well,
Every time after practice was like, oh, like he's gonna quit the band.
honestly, you're like, no man, like it's okay. I know this guy. He's alright. He's cool.
And how many times did I come to you like almost crying? I'm like, Tyler's gonna leave.
I'm just like, no, relax. Calm down.
True story.
He was actually really worried. Like even the first time we actually jammed, you were.
Well, okay, why don't you tell the story about
Okay.
our first jam? You can
Okay.
totally make fun of me, and it is fun.
How much of the story you want me to tell?
Go
From
for
the
it.
very
Bring
beginning?
it to bring it
Yeah,
to
totally.
Yeah.
Go for
Okay,
it.
so nothing's changed since day one. They're always late.
Yeah.
Nothing's changed. All right, so
True musicians.
we all set up, and then we all did our introductions. And the first thing goes wrong is that a mic is not working. We have the PA on, and a microphone's not working. So, all right, so Mr. Electrician here goes in and tries to figure it out. And it's like, all right, let's just get rid of this one patch and throw it out. Let's try this one. It's going to hide in the corner for a minute. And plug this new one in. Still nothing. It's like, what's the problem? All right, give me that first one back. Plug it back in. It works. So from then on, it's kind of been our little...
Yeah, if somebody's misbehaving or something's going wrong, they go and sit.
They go to have a little time on the corner until things work properly. And anyhow, we jammed out like the 2 songs you had asked us to learn.
Yeah.
And yeah, it went really good. I thought,
No.
see?
Yeah.
It went really well. And afterward, like I remember, like he just darted. He took off, but
Totally.
but just the way, like we were playing the music, and I just sort of thought, yeah, he's into this. He digs it. It's all right.
As soon
And
as the
then
song's done, just like out the door.
I think he was just a little bit nervous.
Suckers!
to be honest.
Yes.
So he takes off, and then Rose goes, I hope to hear from both of you later on. I'm like, yeah, probably will.
Yeah, and I'm like,
And then you text me like an hour later, I'm just like, all right, I'm in.
Yeah.
And
Tyler, on the other hand,
yeah, he
like,
waited.
I need to think about it, and like
She
totally
is
just
losing
felt
her mind.
I was.
The suspenseful answers are right. So
What was your perspective after our first jam?
I don't know. I try not to think about it.
yeah.
Ouch.
I'm having cold sweats today.
Yeah.
No, I enjoyed it, but I don't know why. I just quiet. And you guys are like hanging out, so I was like, I'm just gonna chill back here.
That's fair.
And I got the Metallica reference from the Don't song.
You did, and I appreciated that you
Yeah.
understood.
It was in
my...
the bass line. I was just like, this sounds like the solo one. And nothing
Well, you
else.
both got it without me having to explain it, which is really cool. So that brings up just a random aside. For anybody who's familiar with my solo discography, every single song has either a melodic, lyric, or rhythmic reference to somebody who has influenced me.
Right.
So, and it's across the gamut, like from Madonna to Foo Fighters to Metallica to Michael Jackson to Lorena McKennitt. Everybody that's potentially influenced me as a songwriter, I try to pay them homage to show my respect to them in terms of how they've helped me artistically grow. So that it was all on off of the pages and continues on onto the floor. So there's a lot of interesting references, and there's actually one that Tyler pointed out that I didn't even acknowledge. It must have been like on a subliminal level. It was there, and I was like, damn it totally is, and it wasn't even intentional. So what was your favorite part, or what has been your favorite part about us working together?
I don't know.
Ouch!
I kind of want to take a nap right now. The favorite part?
Yeah.
I don't know. Falling in love with Jeremy, I guess. He's a gentle lover.
Oh dear.
All right, folks. Well, perhaps we're a little bit closer than you initially thought, but no.
I guess you do more than butt heads, eh? Like,
Don't even know.
Yeah.
The bass strap is double purpose.
Yeah.
You really can.
Yeah.
He will not stop all
No, he
night.
can go all night with
He
this.
really can.
I really can.
Yeah.
Like even on limited sleep, like Tyler he's got the greatest sense of humor imaginable. It's hysterical.
Sorry, Mom.
Yeah.
No, he's not.
Just a few more things here. One, I was because I mentioned to the band Nimue,
Yes.
and as I said, Anne and Nick are very good friends of mine.
I haven't met Anne, but I've spoken with her extensively on Facebook, and like I love her as a person.
She is a very good person.
She's amazing.
So she and Nick were in a band called High School Sweetheart. They broke up, and then now they're doing Nimue and Hollow Romance. And switch around a bit because I believe, for Nimue, Nick is playing bass, which is cool because Nick is a drummer by trade.
Oh, okay.
And Anne's playing guitar and singing. But in Hollow Romance, I believe she's the bassist there. But she's a great person. I interviewed them as High School Sweetheart.
Right.
And they came on and played actually right area we're sitting in right now.
Oh, wow.
And so it was pretty cool because Nick had his bongo done with him. Anyways, point being is like I told her about because I saw her a few weeks ago at a show, and I said I'm gonna interview Rose, and she goes, oh my gosh, she goes, that's amazing. She was still very very pumped, very pumped. So she's like, oh, good for you because you have a lot of fun, blah blah. So.
Well, we've had extensive, I feel like I know this woman really on an intimate level, and that so many experiences that she's had in her own life, I've shared myself.
Right.
And I mean, it's ridiculous. Like we were talking just via Facebook, and initially started out about us hooking up a show together because I'm all about, especially as a female in the rock industry, supporting other women rockers. And I really, really love the idea of doing like female-fronted showcases and having a whole bunch of women just together kicking ass like they should.
Right.
So we were initially just talking about, hooking up to do a show together. And then, she started asking me some questions just about my background and whatnot. And, the questions got increasingly personal. We were talking a bit about, bad romances and stuff, not to quote Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
First thing in my head.
Not at all. No, like just, hell no. Romance has gone wrong, so to speak. And, it seemed like a lot of the experiences that I've had in my own life, she has had similar ones, if not the same thing. And so we kind of bonded on a sisterhood level too. And I can't wait to actually meet this woman because I think she's incredible and really, really inspiring, and really, really she seems like a beautiful and supportive person. So I love meeting people like that, and I love it too when women can be there for each other because there's far too much tidiness in the world.
Right.
And I think that so much of what goes on in society from a sociological perspective really kind of sets up women to compete with each other and put each other down as opposed to being loving and supportive. And I think that we should really focus on the latter of the two.
For sure. Well, there's actually the Whiskey Dollhouse, which does the female showcase every Sunday.
Really excited to see that.
And
yeah, it's
I've
awesome
actually gone a few times. So
yeah.
I went with my friend Kaylee one time, and it was funny because I believe I forgive me for forgetting her first name, but last name is Gagnon.
Yeah, Laura.
Laura, thank you. Laura Gagnon was she playing, and the song she was playing it was a random one from some European band, and she played the song. She goes, "You may not know this, but no." And she goes, "I'm playing anyways. It's the name of the song." And my friend goes, "Actually, I know that song." So yeah, that's awesome. So I think I had to see it at home because I wanted to. So yeah, it's fun though, and it's like I said, she's a great person. So hopefully you guys can get together on that.
Oh yeah, well no, we are in talks. It will happen at some point. Truth Untold and Nimue, it will happen, London.
Oh, I will be
and
there.
It will be epic.
I will be there right on time because last time the show they played Rum Runners about a month or so ago, I went to see them, and usually I'm there like a few minutes late, so I was there a little bit late. Thankfully, caught the last two songs. I was like, oh, damn it! Like for once, you started on time.
At a rock and roll.
Yeah, exactly.
That never freaking happens.
Because what was